Hi guys, welcome to ANIMEized. This is the English translated version of the novel Throneofseal. The novel differs slightly from the Chinese animation or donghua. If you want more of these videos, please smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Enjoy and have a blessed day.
Longhaochen voiced his doubts. After communicating with McDull again, she replied. McDull says that Dream Paradise has the power of the goddess of nature, which blocked its detection ability. It's sure that something good is in that direction, but it doesn't know the details. But it's certain that one of the treasures is light attribute, Longhaochen said. Can McDull sense the danger of the location of this treasure? Chen Yin Er shook her head and said. No, it can only sense the general location of the treasure, and currently, we're about 20 miles away from the treasure, and the closer we get, the more accurate its judgment of the location becomes. Longhaochen narrowed his eyes and pondered. If there really is a treasure, perhaps it could be a target for the snake demon god. After everyone's spiritual power has recovered, I'll go take a look. He meant himself, not everyone. Longhaochen had already decided that the fewer people moving together, the safer it would be. Chen Yin Er volunteered and said, Boss, I'll go with you, along with McDull. Longhaochen nodded slightly. It was necessary to bring Chen Yin Er along, or more precisely, bring along McDull, the mirror image treasure pig. If its detection was accurate, then, with it leading the way, they could avoid many detours, and only Chen Yin Er could communicate with it. Longhaochen didn't dare to let it run ahead on its own. Their previous experiences had already shown them the dark swamp was indeed a realm of death, and if it weren't for good luck, they might have fallen into it. It's not surprising that the snake demon god Endemli, commanding the province of snakes, has taken a long time without completing its goals. Only after all the companions' spiritual power had fully recovered did Longhaochen lead everyone back to the Tower of Eternity, in preparation for the challenges that might occur next. He also returned to the Tower of Eternity, trading time for the number of times he and the Tower of Eternity could teleport. Through continuous improvement, now Longhaochen has the ability to complete 2 collective teleports in a short time, one instantaneously, and one requiring chanting time. He is likely to face the snake demon god soon, and of course, he cannot be careless. He would rather wait a few more hours than let his companions fall into danger. Cai Er stands quietly on the side, watching Longhaochen and the other companions discuss plans and strategies, unconsciously pouting. Clearly, Longhaochen did not include her in the plan, which makes Cai Er quite unhappy. I want to participate in your plans too. Cai Er leans toward Longhaochen's face. Her soft hair brushes against Longhaochen's face, along with that familiar light fragrance. Longhaochen is slightly stunned. Looking at Cai Er, he can't help but feel something strange in his heart. Can you control your combat abilities now? Longhaochen quickly turns his head and says, but there is a surge of impulse in his heart, wanting to plant a kiss on her delicate cheek. Cai Er nods. Yes, as long as I face danger, it seems like I enter a special state. Then I engage in combat. Longhaochen says somewhat helplessly. But how can I let you face danger? What we are going to face next is likely to be the most challenging enemy in the dark swamp. Cai Er expresses dissatisfaction. I don't care, I'm going anyway. Didn't you say to me, I am the vice captain of our demon hunting squad, and everyone else is going to battle. If I stay here alone, what will it look like? Moreover, through continuous battles, maybe I can recover some of my memories. At least, I can recover some memories of battles. Seeing Cai Er's eager gaze, Longhaochen says somewhat helplessly. All right then, but you must follow my arrangements, no reckless actions. Okay. Cai Er agrees readily. Since losing her memory, she has been with Longhaochen for some time now, gradually emerging from the initial panic, confusion, and helplessness. She discovered the people she's with are all very nice, and they all take good care of her. Moreover, they all have something in common, which is their reverence for Longhaochen. Cai Er heard Longhaochen say, within the entire team, they are the youngest. And under these circumstances, why does Longhaochen earn the respect of his companions? Cai Er has been puzzled by this question, and it's only as they enter the dark swamp that she gradually finds the answer. Trust comes from strength and mentality. Longhaochen, as the captain of this demon hunting squad, always leads from the front against the strongest enemies, and when his companions need protection, he is always there for them at all costs. Moreover, he possesses excellent leadership and planning skills. Every suggestion he makes always gains the approval of his companions. Even in such circumstances, he can still gather opinions from his companions to improve his plans. It can be said that Cai Er is gradually attracted by Longhaochen's excellence, and she develops trust and an indescribable feeling towards him. Now she is eager to recover her memories, and if he truly is her boyfriend, it seems quite nice. But between him and me, where does that feeling come from? What is it exactly? These days, while others are cultivating, Cai Er has been enduring quite a bit of pain, trying to recover her memories but without success. Each time, severe headaches drive her away from retrieving memories. At most, she can only sense some fragmented images. It seems her memories and her true self are completely severed in two worlds. And what she needs is a bridge connecting the two worlds. The waiting time for teleportation is no longer as long as 6 hours, but 3 hours are still required. After discussing the plan, longhaochen has everyone enter a meditative state, although doing so doesn't increase the spiritual power of Yuan and Chen Yin Er, but it elevates everyone's mental state to its best. A faint golden light reappears in the dark swamp. 4 spirit wings unfold behind longhaochen. At the same time, his right hand touches his chest, and another golden light shines. Chen Yin Er appears beside him. Holding McDull the pig, Chen Yin Er giggles. Her beautiful eyes filled with anticipation and charm. She strokes McDull's back, making it sense the direction of the treasure. Longhaochen points again with his right hand, and a green figure appears behind Chen Yin Er. It's Holy Guard number 10. Longhaochen has only one task for him, to protect Chen Yin Er. Let's go. Longhaochen looks in the direction pointed by Chen Yin Er. The holy light shield has spread, enveloping the 3 within, while extending their perception, sensing potential dangers around. For added safety, all 3 of them flap their spirit wings, flying close to the ground. At crucial moments, Holy Guard number 10 can quickly grab Chen Yin Er from behind to take her away from danger. In terms of reflexes, even Longhaochen cannot compare to this wind element Holy Guard. Holding the ripples of light in his right hand, and with a badly damaged brilliant holy shield in his left, Longhaochen walks at the front, as he doesn't need to walk on the swamp, making his path-clearing task much easier, just needing to cut through some dense vines. After progressing for about 2 miles, Longhaochen suddenly stops, making a hushing gesture. Chen Yin Er and Holy Guard number 10 stop behind him. 2 golden lights shine in Longhaochen's eyes. He turns his head to glance at Holy Guard number 10. The eyes of Holy Guard number 10 also shimmer with light, a mental connection created by eternal melody, allowing Longhaochen to convey his perception to the Holy Guards in this way, in this thick fog. Even though they can't see, Longhaochen's perception serves as their eyes, at least within a certain range. His perception is quite accurate. Holy Guard number 10 nods to Longhaochen, and in the next moment, it transforms into a gentle breeze, drifting into the dense fog. Natural green spiritual power spreads around its body, protecting it, like a streak of green lightning. The golden light in Longhaochen's eyes intensifies, although he doesn't need to expend his spiritual power at the moment. There is still a significant mental strain on him. After a short while, the green light swiftly returns, arriving in front of Longhaochen and Chen Yin Er. Holy Guard number 10 returns, bringing back a corpse. The body is nearly 3 meters long, and 2/3 of it is a massive tail. Its throat has been cut, and there are signs of being pierced. Such severe injuries are evidently fatal. Longhaochen sensed its presence earlier, which prompted him to instruct Holy Guard number 10 to take action. With Holy Guard number 10's abilities, achieving this silently is not difficult at all, and it might even be more effective than if Longhaochen had done it himself. It seems my judgment was correct. McDull's perception is quite accurate. In this dark swamp, there should be something like a treasure. It's also the target of the snake demon god Endemoli. We are approaching this target. While saying this, Longhaochen gives a thumbs up to Holy Guard number 10. Chen Yin Er asks, "So what do we do now?" Longhaochen smiles slightly and says, "Naturally, for safety's sake, we'll first cut off its wings, and then proceed further. Number 10, it's up to you." The blue flames in the eyes of Holy Guard number 10 flicker slightly more intensely, exuding a sense of pride. Longhaochen finds a thick vine, ensures it's safe, nods to Chen Yin Er, then summons Holy Guard number 12 to guard by his side. While he sits cross-legged on the vine, the golden light in his eyes shining even brighter, he nods towards Holy Guard number 10. At this moment, Longhaochen is not just the eyes of Holy Guard number 10, but also their commander. In the consciousness of Holy Guard number 10, there appears an image resembling a map. It indicates the surrounding terrain and enemies detected within Longhaochen's perception. These enemies are concentrated, but in the thick fog, it's particularly suitable for Holy Guard number 10, the wind element controller. Moreover, there is a fierce battle ahead with the Snake Demon clan. Intense dark magic churns in the air, and the source of this dark magic comes from a colossal pillar that seems to connect heaven and earth. The entire pillar is pitch black, directly rooted in the yellow-green swamp mud and water. With a diameter of up to 5 meters, the giant pillar soars into the sky. On it, there is a figure with a human head and snake body swirling. The monster with a human head and snake body occasionally reveals 2 eerie red glows in its eyes. Centered around this pillar, the toxic fog in a radius of several thousand kilometers is completely dispersed. And within this range, a fierce and intense battle is unfolding. Strong snake demons wriggle their bodies, the majority wielding long spears, some holding staffs, launching destructive attacks against the enemies ahead. These snake demons move their large tails, managing to move unaffected in the swamp, which could collapse at any moment. The number of snake demons is extremely high, and they are all over 3 meters long. All elite members of the Snake Demon clan, at least 5th rank snake demons. And their opponents are equally formidable. dozens of giant forest serpent pythons and numerous creatures from the dark swamp. The battle is extremely fierce. Seemingly, the forest serpent pythons are 8th rank magical beasts, and should have an absolute advantage, but in reality, that's not the case. The number of snake demons is close to 1,000, far outnumbering the forest serpents, and they are highly organized, coordinating offense and defense, and their perception of forest serpents is very keen. Once a forest serpent burrows underground, the snake demons disperse on their own, always preventing the forest serpents from directly devouring their bodies. The towering pillar in the swamp plays a significant role, emitting faint black halos that spread in circles, enveloping the snake demons within, enhancing the already formidable elite snake demons to the level of 6th rank magical beasts. With this powerful support, their combat and recovery abilities are greatly enhanced. Coupled with their numerical advantage, they have already suppressed the swamp monsters led by the forest serpents within a certain range. The battle between the two sides has evidently been going on for a long time, but there are no snake demon corpses on the ground, as once they die in battle, they can no longer use their rapid movement to stay on the swamp, and are inevitably consumed by the forces of nature. On the side of the forest serpents, there are 2 corpses, hanging on vines, both retrieved by themselves. However, despite the fierce battle, it can be seen that both sides are still exercising restraint. The reason is simple: both sides still have their most powerful entities yet to join the battle. On the side of the snake demon clan, beneath that pillar, a snake demon with a height of 5 meters stands proudly. A sturdy tail supporting its robust body, its upper body also muscular, adorned with many patterns of mixed dark blue and red, with one eye blue and the other red, a bald patch on the front of its head, and fine dark blue hair at the back styled into a small braid. It holds a snake's spear in each hand, with a constant gleam of hostility in its eyes, gazing towards the distant forest serpents. By the side of this robust snake demon, there are 4 petite female snake demons, with an average height of less than 2 meters, wriggling their long tails, their faces a pale and eerie bluish-white. The most terrifying aspect is their hair resembling small snakes. All 4 of these female snake demons have their eyes closed, but their eyelids are a horrifying pale white. Without a doubt, the extremely tall snake demon is the chief of the snake demon clan, demon god Endumili, the last ranked among the 72 demon gods. The 4 female snake demons by his side are naturally his subordinates, the Gorgons. Although the battle in the field is intense, up until now, they have yet to make a move. On the opposite side of them, behind the giant forest serpents, there is a massive forest serpent entirely in green, with 3 golden lines on its back, also silently awaiting something, revealing a body in the swamp that is over 10 meters long, proudly standing tall. However, occasionally, when it looks towards the demon god pillar behind Endumili, there is a flicker in the eyes. The king of the forest serpents is the true ruler of the dark swamp, a 10th level magical beast, the king of the forest serpents. Although the Sawfish king is also one of the rulers of this realm of death, compared to the king of the forest serpents, its limitation lies in its territorial nature. The Sawfish king will not easily leave its habitat, so the area it controls is not extensive. As long as the king of the forest serpents doesn't encroach into its territory, they can coexist peacefully. Forest serpents, on the other hand, dominate the majority of the swamp. Wherever there is swamp mud, there are almost always their figures. Unless encountering sawfish or other natural enemies, they can move freely within this swamp. The fierce light in Endumili's eyes has become extremely intense now. In order to deal with these forest serpents, he has paid a great price. The first one to discover the treasure here was him. He himself found it. Endumili has always known that forest serpents inhabit this dark swamp. Being of the same serpent kind, he naturally knows that forest serpents are a great supplement to him. So, he used to sneak in to hunt them. On one occasion, he was surprised to discover that the forest serpent clan seemed to be guarding something here. Therefore, Endumili's curiosity was piqued, and he naturally wanted to find a way to go in and see. So, he had his first encounter with the king of the forest serpents. Though the ordinary forest serpents were no match for Endumili, the king of the forest serpents, being a 10th level magical beast, was equivalent to a 9th rank powerhouse, and this was his home ground. In that battle, Endumili suffered a great defeat and was almost on the brink of death here. If not for some special means belonging to the demon god, he could not have escaped. If not for some special means belonging to the demon god, he wouldn't have been able to escape. This not only brought great shame to the snake demon god Endumili, but it also intensified his curiosity about the treasure guarded by the forest serpents. There must be something good inside, Endumili secretly affirmed in his heart. Among the 72 demon gods, he is ranked last, and his strength reached its peak at the 8th rank, unable to advance further. Anyone ranked last wouldn't be willing. With such a good opportunity, Endumili naturally wouldn't let it pass. In case there is some gain to help him advance to the 9th rank, then his ranking among the demon gods would surely rise. Don't forget, Endumili has his own race, and his position is higher than some of the demon gods ranked after 60. So, after recovering from his injuries, he led a formidable force back to the dark swamp with great momentum. However, this time, he had some misfortune. As he passed through the area where the Sawfish lived, the result can be imagined. The Sawfish king personally intervened, once again dealing a heavy blow to Andumili, and his elite subordinates became nourishment for the small lake. This heavy blow kept Andumili recuperating for a full 3 months, only then did his injuries recover. The terror of the Sawfish king was even greater for him than the king of the Forest Serpents. If not for some special abilities of the demon god pillar protecting him, he probably would have died twice already. After all, Andumili is a demon god. After suffering 2 consecutive blows, he thought deeply. He made careful plans. He entered the dark swamp more than 10 times in succession, but did not venture deep, meticulously investigating the conditions of the swamp. He also encountered several dangers during this time, but eventually, he gained a comprehensive understanding of this realm of death. After gaining some certainty, Andumili once again gathered a large number of elite warriors, and this time, he even brought the Gorgons and his own demon god pillar. He aimed for a successful strike. Without the demon god pillar by his side, a demon god is no different from an ordinary powerhouse of the same rank, but with the demon god pillar, it's a completely different story. The demon god pillar not only enhances the demon god itself, but also significantly boosts the power of his people. Moreover, the demon god pillar is almost like a lifeline for the demon god, providing a near-mortality card. Fighting with the support of the demon god pillar, a demon god can unleash nearly 150% of their power. Although Andumili's demon god pillar ranks last among the 72 pillars, it is still equivalent to an epic-level equipment. This is why, despite being significantly stronger than the king of the Forest Serpents, Andumili is currently cautious. The demon god pillar imposes great pressure on it. The snake demon god Andumili is in no hurry to make a move. He wants to cut off the king of the Forest Serpent's wings first. He has been patient for so long, waiting for this opportunity. As for the Sawfish king, he doesn't dare to provoke it for now. The Sawfish king has too many subordinates, and their attacks are too fierce. Although the number of Forest Serpents is not small, they are not gathered in groups scattered throughout the swamp. Even the king of Forest Serpents couldn't gather too many clan members for battle at the moment. Just when the intense battle between the two sides had reached a white-hot state, a quiet figure in green appeared silently on the edge of the battlefield. Andumili was extremely cautious, leading a large army deep into the dark swamp, determined to achieve success in one fell swoop. How could he afford to be careless? It can be said that the elite snake demons here already exceeded half of his entire clan's numbers. Therefore, he arranged dozens of snake demons on the periphery as scouts, so that they could quickly alert them in case of any powerful swamp monsters approaching the battlefield here. However, at this moment, these snake demons acting as scouts were silently perishing one by one. Being on the periphery, they were already unable to receive the boost from the demon god pillars, not to mention their opponents were so powerful. A snake demon perched on a treetop vigilantly looked around, its small eyes constantly scanning. A faint black spiritual power on its body dispelled the swamp's poison mist. In reality, its visibility was limited, relying more on its senses for exploration. Snakes have a keen sense of smell. This is also their most powerful perception. Suddenly, it felt the air above its head become chilly. The snake demon hurriedly took a deep breath. It didn't detect the scent of any living creature. In the midst of its confusion, that coldness had already penetrated its bones. A green light pierced through its head, while another green light directly severed its throat. Not a single sound escaped. And the snake demon slowly slumped onto the vines. The green figure paused slightly, then plunged back into the thick fog. The dense fog became his best cover, even to another snake demon just a few dozen meters away. Also, due to obstructed vision, it couldn't detect the situation here. In less than 10 minutes, the snake demons responsible for scouting on the periphery had been completely eliminated. When the green figure returned to longhaochen's side, the green light on its body dimmed slightly. Longhaochen slowly closed his eyes, alleviating the fatigue brought on by intense concentration. In his perception, the demon god pillar of the snake demon god Andumili was a massive source of energy. His mind calmed down, and his perception became exceptionally clear. The reason he didn't let Holy Guard number 10 attack the snake demons in battle was to avoid alerting them. Praying mantis hunts the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. This is undoubtedly the best choice. After a moment, Longhaochen reopened his eyes. It's no longer a matter of searching for treasures, but how to truly accomplish the goal of this journey. Er, I'll take you back. You inform everyone here of the situation, so they can prepare for battle. I'm better at concealing my aura, so I'll investigate a bit. When the time is right, we'll make our move. Snake Demon God Andumili is leading the Snake Demon Army in a large-scale battle against the Swamp Magic Beasts. For Martial Level Number 64 Demon Hunting Squad, this is undoubtedly a rare and excellent opportunity. Although Longhaochen is cautious, letting such a good opportunity pass would make him an unfit Demon Hunting Squad captain. Both Holy Guards have been recalled by Longhaochen into the Eternal Melody for recuperation, while Chen Yin Er and McDull have been sent back to the Tower of Eternity. Longhaochen, however, is not in a hurry at all. After concentrating for a while to rest, Recovering the previously expended mental energy, he quietly rises, suppressing the spiritual light emanating from him, and moves towards the edge of the battlefield. At this moment, he is like a cheetah gathering power, full of essence, yet filled with explosive power. Hatred towards the demon race makes his gaze icy, soon to face one of the 72 demon gods. At this moment, his mind is filled with images of himself and Cai Er being surrounded by the anti-demon hunting squad. His lips subconsciously tighten, and within his heart there is an indescribable emotion spreading, permeating and spreading. Even though the hymn of the goddess of light is not currently within his grasp, there is still a strong surge of sword intent emanating from him. Even longhaochen himself seems to have difficulty controlling this sword intent. Fortunately, although this sword intent is intense, it only bounces and surges on him, condensed but not dispersing. Longhaochen closes his eyes, for the eyes are the windows to the soul. He fears that, at the moment of seeing the snake demon god, he won't be able to restrain the wariness and killing intent in his heart. Even he didn't expect that, upon encountering a strong demon again, his mental state would be affected to such an extent. In reality, this state is entirely caused by the suppression of emotions, especially after Cai Er lost her memory. The anxiety in longhaochen's heart is self-evident. He alone knows the pain he bears. To take care of Cai Er, he can only conceal the piercing pain deep within his heart, swallowing back the tears. Every day, he must put on a brave face to comfort Cai Er and help her recover her memories. As these days pass, Cai Er's condition has stabilized, but the pain in longhaochen's heart deepens day by day. How he wishes to find the Cai Er who deeply loved him. He regrets and is filled with immense pain. If only he had been more resolute at that time, forcibly stopping Tianqing from initiating that battle, perhaps none of this would have happened. How could others see the self-blame in his heart at this moment? Although he is not about to face the culprit who caused Cai Er's memory loss, he is facing an equally formidable enemy from the demon race. A surge of suppressed emotions erupts within him, combined with his deepening comprehension of sword intent in recent days, instantly merging emotions and sword intent into one, resulting in the current state before him. Undoubtedly, longhaochen in this state is truly formidable, even terrifying, but at the same time, if he doesn't find a proper outlet in this state, the impact on his own mental state will be immense. This has nothing to do with strength, it purely stems from psychological factors. Stealthily approaching the battlefield, longhaochen conceals his figure in the poisonous mist. His self-control is indeed very strong. After a brief moment of closing his eyes and concentrating, he can barely control his emotional fluctuations. Slowly opening his eyes, he looks into the battlefield from the edge. The first thing he sees is that massive demon god pillar. Yes, this must be the demon god pillar. Longhaochen has seen the foundation of the 72 highest rulers of the demon race not just once before, especially when the demon god pillar of the demon god emperor brought him immense shock in the past. Seeing it now, he recognizes it immediately. However, his gaze doesn't shift to Andumali, as he fears that the energy fluctuations might alert Andumali to his presence. Silently calming his own heart, longhaochen silently observes the changes on the battlefield. At this moment, the snake demon race's offensive is becoming more and more fierce, and the forest serpent is gradually retreating. Despite the formidable defense and strength of these massive forest serpents, their numbers are small, and they are being battered. Even the bravest can't withstand overwhelming numbers, nor can a tiger withstand a pack of wolves. Less than 20 forest serpents in total, yet they are all covered in wounds, continually retracting their defenses. And the injured bodies are gradually retreating into the swamp. Only half of the body is exposed, battling against the snake demon. The snake demon's bodies make them unaffected by the swamp terrain, advancing and retreating in an orderly manner. Waves of attacks, like surging tides, continuously unleash dark spiritual power to its peak. Often, an attack from 3 to 5 snake demons can leave a deep scar on a forest serpent. The king of the forest serpents begins to emit a low roar from its mouth, seemingly urging its own kind. At the same time, its massive body starts to twist uneasily, indicating the possibility of an imminent attack. It seems that the situation for the forest serpent is not looking good. If it continues like this, the king of the forest serpents might have to intervene. The watchful snake demon god will evidently not allow it to interfere with the main battlefield confrontation between the two sides. With the intimidation of the demon god pillar, it seems that this war has already lost its suspense. Longhaochen couldn't help but sigh. Indeed, arriving at the right time is better than arriving early. This timing is truly advantageous for himself. However, how can he help the forest serpent? The best outcome would naturally be for both sides to be injured. Moreover, the snake demon god must not be allowed to escape. Longhaochen still doesn't act rashly. At this moment, observing the situation is the best choice, especially since he doesn't have a complete plan in mind. At the same time, he is observing the location of the king of the forest serpents, faintly able to see. Behind the king of the forest serpents, there seems to be a deep cave. The cave looks very peculiar, surrounded by thick vines. Seemingly the entire cave extends underground protected by the vines. longhaochen only noticed it when the King of the Forest Serpents twisted its body. Roar! A sharp and furious roar erupts from the mouth of the King of the Forest Serpents, indicating that the King of the Dark Swamp is losing patience. Invaders killing its kin in its nest, and slaughtering its own kind, its anger is understandable, even if it fears the demon god Pillar. When the threat to its own survival arises, it has no choice but to fight. The roar of the King of the Forest Serpents has an immediate effect, causing all forest serpents to suddenly pause. Then, clusters of familiar dark blue light burst forth instantly from longhaochen, heading straight towards the group of snake demons. This time, the forest serpents move in a uniform and coordinated manner, to the extent that even the snake demon god Andumali hasn't had time to command its subordinates